I'm sorry about that, y'all. Somebody was calling me and everything just went out. And I lost the questions and everything. So if I hadn't answered your question yet, um, drop your question again if I hadn't answered it yet. Sorry about that, y'all. Oh, I keep wanting to reach for my mouse and it ain't hooked up. Okay, okay. I see you. I see y'all coming back in. I see y'all coming back in. So when you started your Facebook group and went live, how did you decide on choosing which topic to discuss? That's a good question. Chosen Star Seed, that's a good question. With your content, when you picking your content and you picking the topics that you want to discuss, this is very important because you have this is where you have to get into like watching your environment, who you got around you, who is speaking around you. You know, what's is the TV on, is the radio on, are people talking? Because listen, you have to be at a peaceful place. You have to stay in a place of peace because that's where you're going to create from. That's where you're going to create from. So if it's like a lot of noise or it's a lot of stuff going on around you, you have to get away from that, and you have to get to that place where you can just create, where you can hear your thoughts. Because I say this all the time and it's so true. Your spirit knows exactly what you need to do. Your spirit guide, it knows what you need to do. But it's hard for us to listen to the guide and listen to our spirit if it's contaminated by a lot of stuff in our environment, by a lot of stuff that's around us. So you literally have to make sure the relationship that you in is lining up with what you're doing. You have to make sure your children, if you have any, are on board with what you're doing. You have to make sure your family members are on board with what you're doing, because you got to make sure that there are no distractions, because you know that's going to mess with your creativity. Because when you have that place of peace, listen, just listen from within. Your guide, your spirit, is your mind is going to give you what you need to speak. Like I used to wonder the same thing. Chosen Starseed, like I used to wonder that too. Like I'm still amazed to this day, like how I was able to do like almost 130 podcast episodes and still doing them. And I'm just like, ain't I gonna run out of stuff to talk about? Like, why? How I'm gonna come up with this stuff? But then when you look back, you realize that it's not you really. Like it's your spirit, and it's the spirit of God that's working through you. And that's how you know that you in your purpose and you in your gift, because you will never run out of things to say. Now, if I tried to go do anything else, I would run out of stuff to talk about. I would be like, okay, I don't know what am I supposed to talk about? What's the topic of this of this video? What's the topic? I don't know what I'm gonna discuss. But it's literally just gonna come to you. It's gonna come to you. If you have done the work needed to filter your environment and make sure everything is lining up with your purpose, and you can think clear, and you're in a place of peace, the ideas are gonna flow. They're gonna flow to you. And then if they're not, then you have to affirm your mind that they are gonna flow to you. Because whatever you say goes. Whatever you say goes. So that's why I tell myself every day, and I suggest you do the same. Anybody that's interested in being a coach, you or anybody that has a business, period, you got to speak affirmations over your business every day and over your mind. And you have to tell yourself, successful money-making ideas are always coming into my mind. Successful money-making ideas are always coming into my mind. And I'll speak those words every day. If I ain't speaking them, I'm listening to them. And before I know it, I start coming up with ideas. I start coming up with membership ideas, mentorship ideas, mastermind ideas, group coaching ideas, one-on-one coaching ideas, book ideas, podcast episode ideas, YouTube video ideas. So it starts in your mind. You just have to get your mind positioned and affirm yourself that that's what's going on, that that's what's happening. Because like I said, whatever you say goes. If you say, oh man, it's really hard for me to come up with topics, I don't know what to come up with, then that's just what it's going to be. Nobody's going to argue with you. It's going to be hard for you to come up with topics. But if you say, I am creative, I am innovative, I am a mastermind, I am prosperous, I am professional, I am articulate, I am always coming up with new ideas, with great ideas. Successful money-making ideas are always coming into my mind. If you saying stuff like that every day, the ideas are going to flow. They're going to flow to you. And you're going to amaze yourself. You're going to be like, how in the world did I come up with this many ideas for videos? And then have you a notebook. When I first started, and I still do, I keep me a journal. I keep me a notebook for my YouTube video ideas. And when my house is quiet, because I have 3 children, so when my house is quiet, my children quiet, I listen to my thoughts. And then listen to motivational speakers. Listen to other people that are doing what you want to do, because you can get ideas from what these people are saying. Like, you can listen to my videos and it might be one sentence that you hear me say in my video, and then your mind just spin off. It just take off. And then you could probably come up with like 10 videos from that one thing that I said. So that's why you got to make sure that you taking in the right information, that you listening to things that are going to feed your spirit, because your spirit is what's going to bring them ideas to you. After you get your life coach certificate, do you make it a business? Do you get an LLC, save money, and get a lawyer and an accountant? That's a good question. After you get your life coaching certificate, first of all, if you make the decision that you want to get certified, that's your decision on what you want to do. You actually don't have to get certified to get started. It's whatever you want to do. So if you made that decision that you want to get certified, you want to get trained, after you get your certificate, it's game on. It's game on. Now, you have people that get their certificate and don't do nothing with it. Just like it's people that get a degree and don't do nothing with it. And that certificate, the only credit that it has is the credit that you give it. Because life coaching is not a regulated field. It's not, there is no official accreditation for it. Like, it's not regulated, or, it's basically anybody that want to be a life coach could be a life coach. But everybody's not being trained and being certified, as a life coach. So the certification is something that's recommended, but it's not required. So if you've decided to get the certificate, after that, I would suggest that you do make it into a business, that you do make it official, that you do start a business account, that you do get an LLC, because the LLC is the limited liability. So that makes you, a single member LLC until you, start hiring other people, getting other people to come on board with you. But in the beginning, of course, it would just be you. So you're a single member LLC, and that will separate your personal from your business. So everything, you will have like an official business, and it will be completely legally, it's separate from your personal things, your personal belongings, your personal bank accounts, all that type of stuff. And then I know for me, when I did that, when I did that, it made me feel more professional, made me feel more established versus somebody that just rolled out the bed and said, I'm a life coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you actually invest in a training, you invest in a certification, you get your certificate, you frame it. Because I would suggest that you frame it. Like I said, the only credit it's going to have is what you give it. So if it means something to you, then it means something. And so you have to use that as your fuel to keep going. After you get that certificate, you make it a business. You come up with a business name, or you do business under your name, and you turn that into your LLC, and you just go look up, go to the state website for whatever state that you're in, and get your LLC through that way. And then you said save money and get a lawyer and an accountant. Now you don't you can get an accountant or like a bookkeeper later, you know, if you feel like that's something that you need. You can get that. You can also get a lawyer if you wanted to, but I mean, it's not required for you to do that. It's not required for you to do that. I know the certification, the training that I offer, it comes with a contract inside of it. Most certifications do, depending on who you take. You'll get like a contract, like a certification, like a coaching contract that you can give to your clients, to your people, your clients that are coming in new. You can have them to sign that contract to where it, you know, like releases you of any, you can't be held liable for any advice that you give or anything like that. So, but if you want to like take that route and get a lawyer, you can do that. Because it's your business, so you can go as far with this as you want to. Christian, I'm so sorry, love, but again, I'm only speaking on life coaching. I'm only speaking on life coaching. That's it. That's all. That's all we talk about on this live is life coaching. Thank you, Tequila. You're welcome. You're welcome, Chosen Star Seed. You're welcome. I know God told me to start. I know God told me to start, but I'm just nervous on how and when. I know God will continue to bless you for your generosity. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And once you know that God has told you to start, you have to just understand that it's normal for you to be nervous. It's very normal for you to be nervous. And the nerves ain't gonna go nowhere. They ain't going nowhere. Like, you still gonna be nervous. I still have my moments where I'm nervous. I still, and nervous just means that you're growing. It just means that you're growing. Because anybody that's walking around here, they ain't never nervous. They ain't never, you know, afraid. They ain't never, okay, you comfortable. You might be comfortable, but you're not growing. You're not elevating. You're not moving forward. You stuck. So if you're nervous, if you're afraid, that's good, because that means that your brain is doing what it's conditioned to do. Like, your brain is doing what its job is to do. Those nerves, that's your brain trying to protect you. Like, because you're doing something new. You're doing something that's unknown. So it's normal for you to be nervous. It's normal for you to be scared or afraid. But you have to move forward anyway. You got to do it anyway. Because you got to take the attention off of you, and you got to look at the people that you're going to help, the people that you're going to serve. They're going to be really glad that you didn't let your nerves stop you. Because I know a lot of people that I've coached have said that. Like, Toya, you say that you was nervous about being on camera or this, that, and the third. But they were like, I'm glad you didn't let that stop you, because, you know, and those are the things that you're going to hear from your clients. Like, they're going to be glad that you ain't let your nerves stop you. Do you start life coaching by going live on Facebook and YouTube, then have a website where people book you? You can start any way you want to. You can start any way you want to. That's just how I started. I started doing the podcast. I started by recording podcast episodes, and then I started doing lives on Facebook. I didn't do lives on YouTube because YouTube won't let you do lives on your phone until you get 1,000 subscribers. So it was just too difficult, too much work for me to try to go live on a webcam and all that, and then it was looking distorted, it wasn't looking right. So I stuck to the Facebook lives. Whatever your platform of choice is, unique you. So whatever platform you're on a lot anyway, if you're on one. If not, then you just have to pick one and just try different ones out until you find the one that you're the most comfortable with. But you got to get on at least one of them, and you need to show up some type of way every day up there. Every day. So if you pick Twitter, you need to be tweeting every day. You need to be tweeting all day. And then you have to go by whatever the language is of that platform. Because see, each platform speaks a different language. So with Instagram, the language on Instagram is pictures. Pictures. So if you pick Instagram as your platform that you're going to show up on every day, then you need to go to one of those quote apps. And you need to download one of them quote apps. And then just get some sayings that you say a lot. You know what I'm saying? Or it might be some quotes that you picked up from somebody else. Just make sure you give them their credit for their quote. But just come to that platform every day and show up and serve. Say something that's going to make somebody feel better about their situation. Post something that's going to make somebody smile, that's going to make people feel good or make people feel motivated. And if you keep doing that eventually and you stay consistent with it, you got to be consistent. So when you first building your following, you first building your brand, these people need to see you every day. I don't care. Listen, it don't matter if you got a job or not. It's how bad do you want it? They need to see you every day. So if that's a 2-minute video, listen, batch your videos. Do batch content. I think that's what they call it. So if you work 5 days a week, on the weekend, you need to be recording some videos that you can upload all through next week. So even if you can't pull your camera out, you got a video. You might be sitting at work, you might be on break, but you upload your video that you recorded over the weekend. So you still showing up every day. And then, I mean, it takes nothing to make a post. It don't take nothing to make a post. We make a post anyway. All you got to do is shift what you're talking about. Stop saying what's on your mind. That's what I had to do. Stop saying what's on your mind or what you had for dinner or what you had for breakfast or, you know, how your kids getting on your nerves or just whatever. Stop just making small talk and actually turn that post into some inspiration for somebody. Turn it into motivation for somebody. And you keep doing that consistently on Facebook, or you keep doing that consistently on YouTube, on Instagram, Twitter, wherever. Eventually, people are going to reach out to you. Eventually, people are going to hit that follow button. They're going to hit that subscribe button because they're going to be like, who is this woman keep showing up every day? And then she's speaking to my situation. Seems like she talking to me. Who is this woman? Okay, so you post the first week, they might not say nothing. You post the second week, every day, they might not say nothing. But if you keep coming with it, I'm telling you, consistency is the name of the game, baby. That's the name of the game. Do you start life coaching by going live? Oh, okay, I just answered that. Christian, how do you find your purpose? You find your purpose by going, you have to shut everything off and get in a place where you can only hear your thoughts. You can only hear God. And I'm actually coming up with a purpose course. I'm working on a purpose course right now to be able to, offer to my supporters to help you to be able to find your purpose. But it's really not that hard to find. You just have to ask yourself, first of all, what did your 8-year-old self love doing? What did you love to do when you were little? And then what takes you away from the world? What could you do? What is something that you do well that other people can't do as well as you do it? And then what angers you? What angers you? So that's another thing, because when you think about what angers you, that gets into your purpose, because whatever it is that's angering you, it's angering you because that's what you're normally supposed to be doing, but you're not doing it. So it would anger me whenever I would see somebody doing what God told me to do, because it would just make me upset. I'm like, turn that off. I don't even want to hear that, because I know what I was supposed to be doing. So it's a lot of questions that you have to ask yourself. The main thing is get in isolation and ask God, why am I here? Why am I here and what can I do? And then you have to wait for the answer. Like, you have to literally wait for the answer. Thank you so much, Sister Jackie Wiley. Thank you, Nene. Y'all make sure y'all come to the conference call too. Make sure y'all dial in on the conference call. I put the information on the thumbnail of this video, and it's on my community tab on my YouTube channel too. So make sure y'all dial in to the conference call, because we're going to be talking life coaching on that too. What camera and technology you recommend when filming? What kind of phone do you have, lovely CC? Because if you got like a updated, like a later version, well, not like a updated. It just depends on how well the camera is on your phone. Like if you have like a later version Samsung phone, or a later version iPhone, really any iPhone from like an iPhone 5 or 6 on up will work just fine. Because that's what I film on, my iPhone. I do not have a DSLR camera. I'm looking into getting one, but I do not have one. Most people will tell you that that's what you need to get, and that's fine if that's what you want to get. It's an investment for your business, but it's fine. It just, but iPhone works just fine. It's people that became millionaires with their iPhones, with their Androids. Yes, okay, lovely CC, that's fine. You can use your Android. Use your Android, and then just start recording. Just start recording, and then you'll feel when it's time for you to upgrade. You'll feel it, you'll know it, it'll feel right. You'll feel like, okay, I need to step my game up. I need to, invest in a camera, or, just a newer phone, or just whatever. But don't let that stop you from creating your content. Go ahead and start creating your content. Go ahead and start recording on that phone. Because these phones that we hold in our hand and we scroll on every day, it's people that's using them phones to change their lives. They using them phones to make millions of dollars. So you got a money-making tool right there in your hand. It's got a camera on it. Turn it on. Y'all, I was finna try to pick this stand up that the phone owns so I could show y'all the stand. That's so crazy. All I was gonna do was end up turning the phone around. But I got one of these little stands that I could just sit on my desk. And it's got the 3 handles on the bottom to where you could twist them and turn them however you want to twist them and turn them. And I think this was like maybe $20 or less on Amazon. And I just stick my phone on there and I record with that. And I have it on the selfie mode. And so you can see yourself. And now that's another thing. When you're doing your YouTube videos, I still have to be conscious of this. When y'all are filming y'all YouTube videos, do not look at yourself when you're recording with that selfie mode on. Any video that you're recording and you got it turned the landscape way and you want to look at yourself, do not look at yourself. You got to look at the camera. Because if you look at yourself, when people watch that video over, they can't connect with you because it look like you looking over there and you talking to somebody over there. So even though it feels strange to look inside of a little dark hole, and you really want to look at yourself, you have to look at that little dark hole, because that's the person. That's how you're going to connect with that person. That's how they're going to feel like you talking directly to them and you looking directly into their eyes. But if you look at yourself, then you won't be able to connect with them because you're looking off. I think I answered everybody's question. Who did I miss? Christian, my suggestion would be to email me support@IamLatoyaOkeia.com, and I can refer you to someone that can go through, if you need like purpose coaching, if you need coaching to be able to help you to find your purpose, I can refer you to somebody. Thank you. I can look for a stand for my phone on Amazon. Yes. Yes, lovely CC. Amazon, that gonna be your best friend, baby. Y'all know we be on Amazon buying up stuff anyway. So, and then look, you need to go ahead and get that LLC. If you ain't got it, get that LLC so you can, you know what I'm saying, have it really, really official. It's really, really official. And then a whole nother door of opportunity open up to you when you get that LLC. Oh yes, baby, you can get some funding. You get you some funding, and you be able to you know, write that off. That all that stuff you buy, that clip, that phone clip, a ring light, a desk, a laptop, a keyboard, a mouse. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever you use for your business. Tax deduction. Tax deduction, because you have a home-based business. Tax deduction. And if you're a single mom and you are looking into starting a home-based business, make sure y'all email me, support at I am LATOYA Okeia, because I have a really good connect that I can hook you up with that works with me. And she's actually my bookkeeper and my accountant. And she specializes in single moms that are starting up home-based businesses. And she will teach you, show you how to hire your kids, because you can hire your kids, baby, to clean up for you, to do office work for you. You can hire your children to work for you. And that's why I said her name. And then her name is Keisha West. Keisha West and Associates. If y'all want to look her up on Facebook, she's also on YouTube. Keisha West and Associates. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all. The Bible says we suffer because of lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge. You working for people and you ain't even got to be working for nobody. You can be at home with your home-based business and you can hire your children to work for you. Hire your children to work for you. Let's see. How do you get funding if you're booking to get LLC? I was talking about the loan, the business loans that the government is giving out now, that are basically kind of like grants now, because I mean, it's kind of like almost free money. But that's the funding that I was talking about. So when you get an LLC, you open up that door to get, you know, to get that help that they're giving out right now because of the time that we're in. It's a business loan, but you can also look into grants too. Now I can't give y'all too much information on that because I don't know that much about it, but it is a business. It is a business loan, and I'm sure there are some grants that you can get too. So, you know, get that. It's my suggestion that you get the LLC. Get the LLC. But now I don't work for the IRS and stuff. Now, y'all, I can't get into all that. Now I stick to life coaching. What if you start in the next few months and you haven't been in business for years? That's fine. That's fine, Unique. You do not have to have been in business for years. You do not. If you get an LLC now, you can take advantage of that. So if y'all don't have any more questions, I'm finna let y'all go. And y'all just come join me on the conference call this Sunday, 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. But I'm telling y'all, like, now is the best time. Now is the time. Ain't never been a better time for you to start a home-based business. It ain't never been a better time for you to get in your purpose. It ain't never been a better time for you to find your gifts and work your gifts. Work your gifts, and they will produce for you. They will produce for you. Y'all like my aromatherapy candle? I've been burning it for a couple hours. My aromatherapy candle. One of my clients bought it for me for Christmas. And I'm telling y'all, like, I'm hooked on me some aromatherapy now, because it's like this. It's got like the whole tone of my office. Just it's just different. Like the whole vibe in here just different. Thank you. I'll be on that call Sunday. I'm looking forward to it, Nene. I'm looking forward to it. Any tips starting a business? Starting a coaching business? Lovely CC. Hey, Candace. Okay. Make sure you dial in to the conference calls on Sunday, lovely CC. Make sure you check the thumbnail of this video and you go on the community tab of my YouTube and make sure you get the dial-in number and the access code, because we go over a lot of those tips. We go over a lot of those tips on the conference call of how to start a life coaching business, how to become a life coach. First thing you have to do is just decide that you want to do it. You got to decide that you're going to do it, and you got to make a commitment that you're going to go all the way with it. And then you got to believe in yourself. You got to have faith. You got to have faith. You got to have faith. You got to believe in yourself. And then after that, you got to decide how you want to do this. Do you want to be certified, or do you want to do it on your own? Because you can do it on your own. Nobody's going to come and shut you down. But if you want to get certified, then you start looking at certifications. You try to figure out, okay, who do I want to take a certification and training program with? I suggest you let it be somebody that has some ongoing support. I have ongoing support. So, yeah, just let it be somebody that can certify you, train you, and not just throw you out there to the wolves and you got to figure it out on your own. But make sure the certification program has some kind of ongoing support so you can still be able to, you know, get help going forward with your business. The next class is Sunday, Angela Moore. We're not doing the Zoom video. We're going to dial in, so we're going to be on the phone. So y'all be talking to me on the phone every Sunday at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. Dial in to the conference call. Carla Wilson, okay. I do offer private sessions for life coaches. So it's got to be a life coaching. It's got to be for something relating to life coaching. But if you need coaching for anything else, I do have some wonderful people that I can recommend for that. What kind of LLC to get, or how can that be figured out? Your LLC would just be for whatever your business is. Chanel, I think I said your name right. Forgive me if I didn't. But it would be for whatever your business is. You know, it's not like a different kind of LLC. It's just whatever your company is, you just want to get it. You just want to, what is the LLC? The LLC stands for Limited Liability Company. So that means that you're not going to be held fully liable for everything. Like if you doing like a sole proprietorship, then you are fully liable. You fully liable. Like you got to take the hit all the way across the board. So if somebody comes for your business, you get sued. Anything happens legally, they can come for you on your personal stuff. They can come for you on your personal accounts, your house, your cars. You know, everything is all tied in, thrown in together. But if you have an LLC, your liability is limited to only your business. So they can only come for you on the business. They can't come for you on the personal. You know, your personal account, your home, your cars, you know, anything that's separate from the business is just that. It's separate from the business. But if you don't have an LLC and you're doing business, it's all together. It's all together. I hope that makes sense. Other people probably explain it in a different way, but that's the way I explain it. And then make Google y'all friend, because Google is your friend. If it's anything you don't understand or you need more information on it, go Google it. Go Google it. Google LLC. Google what is an LLC. How does an LLC work? How do I get an LLC? Like Google is literally your consultant. That's your consultant. That's your friend. That's who gonna tell you what you need to do, how you need to do it. It's gonna give you videos. It's gonna give you blogs. It's gonna give you articles. It's gonna give you everything. We be Googling stuff anyway. So all we gotta do is shift from Googling how to do passion twists or how to make wigs or how to do whatever to how do I start my business? How do I get an LLC? How do I, and it will literally give you step by step of what you need to do. And if you feel like that's not enough for you to figure it out, then that's when you get into hiring somebody. That's when you look into getting a business consultant. Okay, Angela Moore, that's great that you have an LLC. You say you just don't know how to write a good business plan for what you want to do. I do offer a course. I do offer the Build a Business Plan course that will it's videos, and I do provide like a business plan flow sheet to help you to be able to structure your business plan and to write it from scratch. So that's something that you can look into. Google and YouTube a couple videos, how do I write a business plan. They're gonna give you like the basic. They're gonna give you like the basic outline, because there's a basic outline to every business plan. So the videos that are on YouTube, they'll give you like a basic outline. A lot of those videos, they give you like a free template too that you can download. They just want your email address so they can market to you later on. But they want you to, they'll give you like a free download, a free template, and you can print that out, and then it'll ask you the questions, and you just fill in the answer to the business plan template, and then you could like write your business plan from that. Are you able to make money from podcasts? Yes, Crown Jewel, you are, but it goes by your you know, the size of your following, like how many people you have that's actually listening to the podcast, your downloads and your listeners. So I know when you go on to Anchor, Anchor will automatically give you a sponsorship ad, because they want you to promote their platform. So Anchor will give you an ad that you can run on all of your podcasts to suggest that people download Anchor to record a podcast. And you'll get you'll get paid for every time somebody listens to that ad. And as your following grows, all of this is about being consistent, because you just have to stay consistent. You just have to stay consistent. So as you being consistent and you recording episodes and you're showing up online and you're gonna see listeners start popping up from all over the world. You're gonna see people pop up from countries that you ain't even never heard of with that podcast. Let me tell you, because that's how it happened with me. And then, as your following grows, you'll get more offers for sponsorships. Companies will start coming to you, saying, can you run this ad on your podcast? And then they will pay you for every time somebody listens to that ad. Same way they do with YouTube. Every time somebody watches an ad on one of your videos, you get paid for that when your channel is monetized. How do you pay yourself from your business? When you set up your business account, you just that's so funny you asking me that, because I just went over that with my bookkeeper. We were just talking about that. And this is what she had just explained to me, that you set up a business account. So you have your business account and you have your personal account. And then when you want to pay yourself, you would just do a withdrawal from your business account. So if you want to pay yourself $200 that week, then you would literally go and withdraw $200 from your business. And that's what it would be documented as. So if you don't have a bookkeeper, then you just need to make sure that you're documenting that, you're labeling that as you paying yourself. And then, of course, if you have a bookkeeper, then they'll do that for you. But that's the way you would do it. So you would get your business account set up, and then you would just make a withdrawal from your business account and label it as you paying yourself. I feel I have knowledge to be a life coach, but I feel I need to work on perfecting my public speaking. Y'all, I'm serving a little bit extra tonight because I don't have my kids. So I got a little bit more extra patience tonight. That's why we still rolling, baby. I done been live on every platform that I do tonight. Like, I did an Instagram live. I did a Facebook live. I'm going to upload the Facebook video that I did when I get off of here. I'm going to upload it. And then when I finish my Facebook live, I came over here with y'all on YouTube. So my mama got my kids for the holiday, for Christmas. And I said, well, I'm just going to serve, baby. I'm just going to serve. So what was the question I was on? I feel I have the knowledge to be a coach, but I feel I need to work on perfecting my public speaking. Crown Jewel, you don't necessarily have to be a great public speaker. Excuse me. You don't necessarily have to be a great public speaker if in order to be a coach. Because I wasn't a great public speaker. Matter of fact, I still ain't publicly spoke nowhere. Because once I really, really got into this, that's when coronavirus came, pandemic hit. So I ain't been able to I had just got to the point where I was booking, speaking engagements, and then it was just like boom, everything was shut down. Because I was supposed to be like going around speaking at different schools, speaking at women's conferences and everything, and it was just like boom, everything was shut down. I was like, well, no, I had finally got up enough strength to get out here and start speaking, and then it was just like boom. But everything was for purpose. Everything was for purpose. God just take us a different way sometimes. So you do not have to be a great public speaker in order to be a successful coach. Use what you have. So if you're comfortable with doing a podcast, do the podcast. Because in you doing a podcast, you're gonna find your voice. That's why I always suggest that a coach starts a podcast. Y'all gonna hear these six-figure, seven-figure folks talking about you don't need a podcast, you don't need a following, you don't need this, you don't need that. Okay, they may have some kind of scheme or some kind of attraction system that they can put you on with. But if you draw in all these people and you're not ready to speak to them, then what? Then what? I don't care what these folks say. You got to go through the process, baby. You got to go through the process. And that's why I say God do not give us stuff until we prove that we're ready for it. You got to start small and you got to work that until you can do more, until you can do better. Because the worst thing you want to happen is you get a whole lot of folks come in, but you're not confident enough to speak to them. You're not confident enough to coach them. You know what I'm saying? So you got to do the podcast. You got to record those episodes. Because it don't matter if ain't nobody listening, or if it ain't but 5 or 10 people listening, or you're not making that much money from it, or you're not getting booked from it. So what? It's doing something for you. It's building your voice. You being able to find your voice. You getting comfortable with speaking and hearing yourself speak. You getting comfortable with that. So it works wonders for you when you start small and you just work that. Just work that. And in you doing that speaking, Crown Jewel, and you recording those podcasts, or you showing up on social media and speaking on a 1-minute video, 2-minute video, don't have to be a long video. Because if you're going to do a video every day, you don't want to be coming at them with 15 to 20 minutes. And y'all know people got short attention spans anyway. So hit them with a 1-minute video, 2-minute video, and it can be a selfie video. You ain't even got to have no phone stand. You can just hold your phone in your hand and be like, hey, such and such, such and such. Yeah, hey, boom, you out of there. You can do a snap. You can upload a snap. So, it does not have to be that long. Do not have to be that long. They just going to be glad you showed up and you serving. So, and in you doing that, it builds your confidence. You find your voice. You find yourself. And now you're confident. You're sure of yourself. So now you can look into investing in a client attraction system. You can look into getting the funnel set up. You can look into getting all that once you done found your voice and you know who you are as a coach. But you have to go through them building stages. You have to go through that because you don't want to have bukus of people coming in, but you don't have any confidence. See, Henry, you welcome. You welcome. I have 3 babies, so I got plenty patience. Plenty. Thank you, Nene. Thank you. It don't even feel like work. It don't feel like work. I'm telling y'all, you done found your purpose because it don't feel like work. J. Betha Ministries broadcast. Please excuse me if I did not say that first part of your name right. I'm so sorry if I didn't. You're welcome. You said thank you so much. Yes, I really want to start a podcast and need more information. J. Betha, look up anchor.fm. Anchor.fm. Google it, YouTube it, download the app on your phone, Anchor. And y'all, I'm telling y'all, like, I'm giving y'all information that I would normally give in a consultant session, a podcast consultant session. But I'm telling y'all, anchor.fm. Go to Anchor. Anchor is the easiest site. Easy, because when you start a podcast, you're gonna need a hosting site. You need a site that's gonna hold your podcast episodes. It's gonna house your whole episodes, your whole show. So Anchor serves as a podcast host. Now there's a lot of other ones out there. You get with SoundCloud. You get with Podbean. It's so many hosting sites out there. I just recommend Anchor because that's the one I use, and I ain't never had no problems with them. How do you deal with critics from elders and family members? Their disbelief and negative comments can bring you down. Girl, speak. I don't know if you're a girl, but Miracle M, speak. Because that's that real, what you talking. Because y'all know, elders, they think because they older than you, they know the way, and they know what you're supposed to be doing. But listen, when you following your purpose and you following the will of God for your life, it's gonna call for you to forsake all others. You're gonna literally have to go against the grain. Because they don't even know nothing about no life coaching anyway. They don't even know nothing about that. And then you just have to trust that they're gonna get it later on. They'll get it. Like I had some co-workers when I quit my job. It's like, why you quit your job? Why would you quit your job? And I'm sure someone was like, it's anchor.fm. I'm sure some of them, even though they might have not have said it to me, but they was probably just like, oh, she'll be back. You know what I'm saying? She gonna quit this job, but she knows she got 3 children she got to take care of. This girl done lost her mind. She crazy. But see, you can't listen to people. You have to do what your spirit is telling you to do. Because I knew that every day I sat on that job, it felt like I was just gonna explode, y'all. I felt like I was just gonna explode, like every day. And I used to love being in there because it was the best job I ever had. And I used to love being in there, and the environment was good, and I loved, I had my own little desk and stuff, when nobody standing over me, and it was just the perfect little setup. But when you come into your season of purpose, what was so comfortable for you before, listen to me, God will shake that thing up, and God will stir that thing up, and you will not be able to keep sitting there like everything is all fine, baby. You'll be sitting up there like, y'all didn't hear that? Did you hear that? Did y'all hear that? Y'all hang on. I got to put, I done did so much talking, y'all. My lips done got dry. Y'all hang on. Y'all be watching Tony Gaskin. Like Tony Gaskin say, commercial break. I love me some Tony Gaskin, y'all. He said, commercial break. Commercial break, baby. Okay. I can't talk too much more longer, y'all. So y'all gonna be hearing my stomach growling because I'm hungry. Okay. Let's see. Where I left off at? Oh, we were talking about the critics. Forget them folks. Y'all know what I be saying all the time, baby. Forget them folks. I ain't studying them folks. Okay, you don't get it. So what? You'll get it later. And like I was saying about my co-workers, and this is how y'all have to be with your co-workers. Or just anybody that's wondering why you doing what you doing, or what kind of sense do that make? What? You finna start a business? What? You finna start? And then they gonna see what you're doing because you're gonna have to promote it on social media. And y'all know these people, your friends, your family members, your co-workers, your elderly folks, the ones that's on social media that got a page or whatnot. They see what you posting, what you're doing. Listen, you gotta be strong enough to push past the folks that it ain't for, so you can get to the folks that it is for. Because had I not been strong enough to not care, I had to not care what nobody, I don't care, baby. And then they'll come in your face, I seen your little video. I seen your little podcast. Oh, you done started a little podcast. What that is? That type of stuff ain't for you. You ain't finna do no podcast. Girl, stop playing. See, them the type of folks you got to get from around you. You got to remove them. If they not speaking into your future and they not they not fueling you to go after your vision, bye. Tell them bye. You got one time that tell me something about my little video or my little book. What's little about it? It's not little, baby. It's a very big deal. It's a very big deal. Don't let people shrink down your accomplishments and try to make, that's it, Candace. Bye, Felicia. Don't let these folks shrink y'all accomplishments down just because, and people be speaking to you from their disbelief. They speaking to you from their insecurities. They speaking to you from their lack of faith. Don't allow people to project their insecurities and their shortcomings off on you. You have to be strong. You have to be strong enough to shine. Shine, baby. Let your light shine. Who's that asked me that question? Let me go back to it. Miracle. Okay, let your light shine. Miracle. Miracle M. The Bible says, let your light so shine. And that's what you got to do. You just got to shine and forget them. Forget what they have to say. And tell yourself over and over and over, forget these folks. Forget these folks. Forget these folks. As long as God is pleased. And as long as you know you're doing what God has told you to do, you just have to trust that everybody else that don't see it, they'll eventually see it. They'll see it. When the fruit start coming in, when the clients start coming in, okay. When the followers start going up, when the subscribers start going up, oh, they'll see it. They'll see it then. Because the Bible says, except they see miracles, signs, and wonders, they won't believe. But you can't let that stop you. You cannot let that stop you. Listen, y'all, it takes a well-made-up mind, and it takes a strong heart. A strong heart and a well-made-up mind. This is not for the faint at heart. So if you don't have strength, you have to speak strength. Listen to me. If you do not have the strength and the courage to start a business and go against the grain, you got to speak that until it manifests. Because if you don't have it, then it's just a result of what you've been speaking. You ain't been speaking that. So you got to change what you speak, change what you listen to, change what you speak. Once I shut my TV off, and I'm going to tell y'all, when I did this, I cried like a baby every day. I had no idea how much this stuff had a strong hold over me until I stopped doing it. Stopped watching TV. I cut my TV off. I stopped listening to the radio. I stopped listening to music. I cut all music off. I wasn't listening. I was scared to even listen to gospel. I wasn't listening to nothing. God told me to shut everything off. So for that person that asked me, how do you find your purpose? That's how. That's how. If you're struggling to find it and you don't know how, shut everything off. Because the reason you can't hear it and you can't find it is because you've been conditioned, you've been conformed to the world. You got to deprogram. You got to get rid of this stuff that's in your ear, that's around you. You got to get away and you got to isolate. And then you got to listen to your thoughts. Listen to God. Because when I got in my isolation, even though I cried like a baby because I wanted to go back to the relationship that I had just got out of, I'm going to tell y'all some real stuff. I wanted to call my ex. I wanted to say, man, forget this. I wanted to turn on that TV and turn on the Real Housewives of Atlanta and watch Nene them at the food. I wanted to get a drink. I wanted to do this. I wanted to do that. And that's what my old mind was telling me because that's what I was used to doing. But I knew that God was calling me to something higher. He was calling me to something bigger. And even though my flesh was weak, my spirit pulled my flesh like, girl, you ain't going by. You ain't going by. God got something greater for you. Y'all ever heard people say it gets greater later? It gets greater later, baby. If you can make the sacrifice, it'll get greater later. I ain't gonna preach, y'all, because I done already preached on Facebook. Forget these folks, baby. Pray, slay, serve, repeat. I know that right, Jan. Jasmine Miller say, forget these folks, baby. Pray, slay, serve, repeat. That need to go on the shirt, baby. I feel like I can coach, but don't have years of coaching experience as older, experienced people. I don't know everything and haven't lived a long life filled with experience and wisdom. Miracle M, how old are you? How old are you? Because a lot of people think I'm older than what I am, but I just turned 33. And I coach some people that's in their 50s. I mentored some people that's in their 50s, some people that's in their 60s. So age is nothing but a number. It's the wisdom of God that qualifies you. Listen to me. It has nothing to do with your age. Age is nothing but a number. It is the wisdom of God that qualifies you. God qualifies his own folks. If David, the little old bitty shepherd boy, was able to bring down a giant, was able to bring down Goliath, and it was grown men standing out there that couldn't even do it, but God took a little boy and performed a miracle, surely God can take you and use you, and you can start your business and you can start coaching. And if you do not have the wisdom, miracle, if you, and this is for anybody, if you do not have the wisdom, then ask God for his wisdom, because the Bible says if any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask. Let him go to God and ask. I have to ask God for wisdom to be able to coach people. I can't coach from my own mindset, from my own wisdom. I'll be telling you folks some all kind of crazy stuff. But I have to ask God for his wisdom to do these videos, to write books. You know what I'm saying? And when you ask God for his wisdom, he gives it freely. He gives it freely to you. Let me see where I left off. My comments keep skipping. So wisdom is your experience. J Bethel Ministries broadcast. Yeah, Anchor is anchor.fm. Just quit my job. I was so miserable. I'm trusting God. He's pushing me out of my comfort zone. Yes, C. Henry. Trust God. Trust God. And remove anybody that's speaking against what you're doing. Remove anybody that's speaking against what you're doing, because you only need to surround yourself with greatness, because what you're doing and what you're on the brink of, something amazing, something powerful, something great. And you got to have people that are supporting that. You got to have people around you that are supporting that. If you don't have anybody, then you have to be alone. See, for me, I ain't have nobody. I ain't have nobody to support me, you know, personally with what I was doing. I didn't have anybody. So it was nobody but me and God. Nobody but me and God. Yes, that's it, Jazz. Jazz, you already coaching folks now. You, Jasmine Miller, you already coaching folks. Now you in the comments coaching folks. You better start this coaching business. Jasmine Miller, start this coaching business, baby. Because you is already coaching. Okay, you said, man, girl, that video on Forget Them Folks yesterday got me through. God sent you on time yesterday. I swear, my flesh was ready to act all the way up. Angela, God gonna send what you need when you need it. I'm glad it was able to bless your life. I'm so glad it was able to bless your life. Glory be to God. Uh-oh, y'all hang on. My comments keep skipping. Okay, there you go. People don't have the plan for your life. God does. It is for him we breathe and move. That's right, Pat. That's right. Glory be to God. You're not for everybody, and everybody isn't for you. TG. That's Tony Gaskin, baby. Yes, Candace. Speak the truth. I'm just at a place. I just want God's will in my life, not mine. I am eager to know and perfect my life purpose. That's it. That's it. All you got to do is want it. All you got to do is want it and then be ready to receive it. Thank you so much, Bird. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm finna get ready to get off because I don't want y'all to hear my stomach growling. I am professional, but y'all know I'm gonna make y'all laugh a little bit too. You got to laugh a little bit now, because everything can't be so serious. Goodness, I like to laugh too. Okay, I'm finna let y'all go. Carla Wilson said, that's so true. I cut off all social media and dating apps, which consume so much of my time, and God has truly been shaking my life up ever since over this past month. Come on here, Carla Wilson. You better say that, baby. Oh, you better say that. See, that's a sacrifice. See, when we make a sacrifice, that's when something happens. When you sacrifice, that's when something changes. That's when God moves. That's when he steps in. When we make a sacrifice. Glory be to God. So I'm going to let y'all go. Again, go to the community page on my YouTube, and you will find the information for the conference call this Sunday. It's also on the thumbnail of this video. It's 2 parts to this video because my phone went out on the first one. So bring the rest of y'all's questions to the conference call that I'm going to be offering. And then again, I tell you about my services. I offer 2 different programs, training programs. So for those of you that have had a discovery call with me before, y'all didn't know about the basic training. This was something that I just added to my services. So I have the advanced training and I have the basic training. So go to my site, go to IamLatoyaOkeia.com and go to coaching packages and look at the information that's there. Look at everything that's there. And if you would like to book a discovery call to get more information, book the discovery call the day after Christmas. The link is not open right now. I'm going to open it back up the day after Christmas, okay? So I love y'all so much, and I'll check in with y'all later. Y'all have a great night and have a Merry Christmas.